My career survives on silence and control, but yesterday you reached past my discipline and rearranged something I worked years to stabilize. I'm trained to reveal nothing, yet somehow you managed to read me so deeply that even I'm still decoding the damage. I walked into today wearing success like armor, but underneath it, I'm still replaying what you did to my composure last night. People think calm is my natural state, not knowing how violently I had to rebuild myself after you disrupted my balance. I can negotiate chaos without blinking, but the way you looked at me yesterday fractured my internal order. My poker face is professional muscle memory, but right now it's hiding cracks I don't yet know how to seal. I've survived hostile rooms and ruthless decisions, yet one moment with you left me more exposed than any failure. Yesterday reminded me that control isn't the absence of feeling, it's the art of hiding what could ruin you. I shook hands, signed deals, and smiled today, all while quietly collecting the pieces you scattered in me. You didn't raise your voice or make a scene, and somehow that made the impact impossible to defend against. I'm admired for my composure, but only I know how close it came to collapsing after what you ignited. My reputation is built on precision, yet you introduced a variable I can't quantify or eliminate. I've trained myself never to flinch, but internally, I'm still negotiating with the aftershocks of yesterday. The irony is painful. I remain unreadable to everyone else, while you dismantled me without trying. I present confidence like a finished product, but you saw the unfinished edges I usually keep hidden. My face stayed neutral, but my mind hasn't stopped reconstructing the moment you crossed that invisible line. I handle pressure professionally, but emotional interference was never part of the protocol. Yesterday didn't ruin me. It reminded me how carefully my stability is maintained. I returned to work composed, efficient, admired. Yet internally, I was still cleaning up what you disrupted. I didn't lose control. I realized how thin the margin between mastery and exposure really is. You didn't touch my career, but you reached the place where I store the cost of protecting it. I smiled through meetings while my thoughts kept circling the way you unraveled me without force. I've built an image that survives scrutiny, but it wasn't designed to survive you. The most dangerous thing you did wasn't what others saw, it was what you left behind in me. I'm known for emotional restraint, not for rebuilding myself overnight after a single encounter. Yesterday proved that discipline can be shaken without being broken. I didn't break character, but I did lose the illusion that I'm untouchable. My success depends on appearing unbothered, even when something has clearly shifted inside. You never meant to destabilize me, which somehow makes the impact harder to dismiss. I stayed professional, but privately, I'm still negotiating with what you awakened. I control outcomes for a living, yet I couldn't control the way yesterday followed me home. My poker face didn't crack, it just became heavier to hold. I'm efficient under pressure, but emotional disruption isn't something you can file away. I've been admired, amazed for my steadiness, but steadiness doesn't mean invulnerability. What you didn't show on my face, but it rewrote my internal rhythm. I kept my posture perfect while something in me quietly recalibrated. My composure survived, but it's being rebuilt with a new awareness of you. I didn't lose focus. I gained an unwanted clarity. Yesterday reminded me that professionalism is often just emotional restraint in a tailored suit. I maintained control externally while internally acknowledging the cost of pretending nothing happened. You didn't disrupt my work. You disrupted the story I tell myself to keep going. I handled today flawlessly, but the effort it took revealed more than any mistake ever could. My silence protected my image while my thoughts worked overtime, repairing the breach. I'm respected for my calm, but only I know how deliberate it is right now. You reached a part of me that isn't trained, rehearsed, or ready. I stayed unreadable, but that doesn't mean I stayed untouched. My composure is intact, but it now carries the weight of yesterday. I didn't fall apart. I just realized how close I came without anyone noticing. You reminded me that control isn't the same as peace. I kept my face neutral while privately renegotiating my emotional boundaries. Yesterday didn't slow my performance, it deepened my awareness. I'm still professional, still composed, just more conscious of what it costs. You didn't shake my confidence, you complicated it. I walked forward today with precision, dragging a quiet aftermath behind me. My poker face did its job, even as I struggled to restore the internal order.